Hey, what's up guys, another video here. So today I want to talk about how Sleepy Joe is not fit for the presidency. So I'm going to roll a clip and rolling.
COVID has taken this year, just since the outbreak, has taken more than 100 years. Look, here's the lives, when you think about it, more lives this year than any other year for the past 100 years.
As you guys see from the clip, he's not of sound mind and is very concerning his cognitive function. So clearly he doesn't even know that World War II caused millions and millions of deaths, and he thinks that the illness is causing, massive deaths, which it is not in comparison with how many people are infected. So the stats state that approximately 6% of people diagnosed with the illness have actually died only from the illness. Otherwise, they have had serious pre-existing conditions. So again, it's not as deadly as we think, and again, with the advent of a vaccine coming, which may come in the fourth quarter or the first quarter of 2021, then again, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But again, because of the politicized environment of how the illness was treated, so many more businesses and people will lose their livelihoods in the meantime. So again, it is very unfortunate. But again, do you really want to have Sleepy Joe as your president? He doesn't have the cognitive function and he's not sharp anymore. I mean, he was sharper in his younger years, but now he just doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He may not even know who he is at certain times. So it is very scary to have someone of that cognitive function to become president. But I think the ultimate plan of Democrats is to have Kamala Harris become president once they determine that Sleepy Joe is no longer fit for the presidency because of his cognitive function. Not looking very good for him. I think when the debates come, it's going to look very poorly for him, but it may be orchestrated in a way where he doesn't look as bad, and he has limited stints on the podium, but who knows what's going to happen. And technically the debates are set for late September, so we'll see what happens. But the reason why people are voting for Sleepy Joe is because they dislike Trump so much. So it's more so people are voting between they hate Trump or they like Trump for whatever reason. So it's not looking very good for Sleepy Joe. Again, the polls may say otherwise, but I believe it's going to look worse and worse for him. And eventually he's going to be outed if he even does become president, because Kamala Harris will take over for him. And it's going to be highly politicized, and the Democrats do want a minority woman in office. And this is probably the best way to do so, because Biden is on a steep decline mentally and probably physically as well. So again, really examine your thoughts as to who you are voting for president. You don't want to have someone like Sleepy Joe in the presidency because he's not of sound mind. His cognitive function is rapidly declining. Doesn't know where he is, doesn't know who he is, doesn't know what he's talking about. He minces words a lot. I know he has a problem with stuttering, but I think this is way beyond that. And it's very, very concerning, and you really have to think why you're voting for Sleepy Joe as opposed to voting for Trump. For me, I'm largely apolitical, but again, I am voting for Trump this time because of taxation issues. Sleepy Joe wants to increase the capital gains tax, and how I currently live, it depends on dividends and cash distributions, which are taxed at the capital gains rate, and he's going to try to increase it to an amount where, again, I won't be very happy with. So currently it's capped at around 20%, and he wants to increase to almost 40%. So I'm really not going to like that. And just for taxation issues alone, I'm going to be voting for Trump. But again, that is my personal vote. I'm very largely apolitical. I've never voted in my life, actually. So currently I'm 35. I've never voted, but I think for this election cycle, I am voting because of the taxation issues, because I am recently retired. But keep in mind, be very aware why you're voting for who, and I don't think there's any convincing reason why you had to vote for Sleepy Joe. And if you are voting for his ideals, again, that's up to you, but he doesn't have much thought process anyways. His cognitive function is lowering very rapidly, and his brain is essentially mush. So again, keep that in mind, and don't be surprised if Kamala Harris becomes president shortly thereafter if Biden does get elected into office. So anyways, if you guys liked the video, please like and subscribe. If you are interested in my book, please check out the Amazon link below. It describes how I became a multimillionaire at age 35 by only having salary income 40K to 81.5K from the ages of 22 to 35. It goes over income, expenses, and more importantly, investing. So that's it, guys, and stay tuned for the next video.